What is up? Welcome back to another video here on Free Will Photos. Now, one of the most common questions that I ever get is, how do I remove things from an image? Modern photo editing software, things have gotten so much easier to remove, and that is no exception here inside of Luminar Neo. Now, if you want to pick up Luminar Neo at a discounted rate, consider using the link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link, but you get to save 30% at no extra cost to you. I receive a small commission from everyone who purchases through that link, and I greatly appreciate it, and it always supports this channel. Now, let me show you how to remove these distractions. The first issue that I have here is I think that this window on the far left side of the photo is distracting. The easiest way to remove that distraction is with the crop tool. All right. So we're going to select the crop tool, and then I'm just going to come over here to the side and I'm going to pull this in. Now, notice that it is restraining my crop to the aspect ratio of the image, which is a 3:2 crop, or a 2:3 ratio. If you don't like that and you want to, because notice I'm losing some information here at the top. I'm also losing some information down here at the bottom. If you don't want that, then what you can do is come over to free instead of original. And then I can just pull this in any direction that I want, and I can make my own crop. So maybe I just want to cut this in to about here, and then maybe pull this area in. So now it's framed by just the bricks, but I got the top portion of the photo. I also have the bottom portion of the photo. All right. So that's the first way of getting rid of distractions. As you can see, I just cut out the left side here and the right side. I will make note that this is all non-destructive. So now I feel like the photo is a little bit more balanced, and I'm focused more on this window here. And, you know, this area has a lot of little screws that don't really seem to be serving a purpose. So inside of Luminar, if you go to the Essentials section, you have the erase tool. Now, this is actually a very powerful tool. And again, the reason why I say that photo editing software is making it a lot easier for us to remove things. And this isn't using the cloud or AI or anything like that. This is just a tool that comes with Luminar Neo. All right. If I just click on these little items, I'm covering this area. Now notice that I made my brush size just a little bit larger than the area that I am removing or attempting to remove. All right. So I'm just going to get these little screws here first. And once I have them all selected, all the screws, and in fact, I'm also going to get rid of these little X's. So I'm just clicking and dragging, painting the brush, just like you would make a normal selection. All right. And I missed one area right there, so I'll get that. And I think we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and hit erase. Now, Luminar is going to think itself through a little bit, and then it gets rid of all those little areas, and you can't even tell that I used an eraser tool. Not drastically, at least. Now, you know, it's not perfect. You can see in this area right here, it's definitely making some weird red texture inside of the bricks there. And it's doing it up here as well. But I'll show you how to fix that here in a little bit. Now, the tape on the window is also distracting me in this image, and, you know, I kind of want to clean that up. So I'm going to use the same technique, and I'll fast forward through this because I think you're understanding now the power of being able to erase all of this. So now I have all of the tape selected and it is ready to be removed. So I'm going to come over here to the erase button, click there, and in a matter of seconds, or however long it takes me to paint everything, I got rid of pretty much all of that tape. Now, it's not perfect in this area, so I'll go over this one more time. And that's also the beauty of this tool. You can go over these areas multiple times. If you didn't get the look you were going for initially, you can just go right back over those areas, hit erase, and see if Luminar will give you something better. And in this case, I think it did. So let me show you the before. This is with all of those tiny distractions. I just feel like it takes away from the overall character of the image to what we were able to get with literally one instance of the tool. I'm going to get rid of this little piece right here as well, because I don't think that that's necessary. All right. I mentioned earlier that we need to correct these little dots that are in the white portion of the brick. Well, if you come over to Professional and click on Clone, you get the clone stamping tool. Now, the clone stamp tool is a classic tool. All right. If you aren't familiar with it, all you have to do is hold down the Option key, or here, originally, when you initially click the clone tool inside of Luminar, you're going to sample an area. Now, I recommend if you're doing something that has an edge like we have here, and let me zoom in, make it a little bit easier for us to see what's happening here. So if you have something with an edge, what I recommend is you click on the furthest portion of that edge. It's going to sample that area, and you can see I get an overlay. And using that overlay, I can kind of tell where my painting is going to go. And I'm just going to click and drag and paint over that. Now, what I'm running into is I have too much, my brush is too large for this. So I'm going to make a smaller brush. And then I'm going to resample. To resample or choose a different area to sample, you hold down the Option key or Control key or Alt key on a PC, I'm sorry. And then just move your mouse around. You get the crosshair again, and I am going to select this area. And then I am going to very simply paint over this area until I have completely removed that. So if I turn this off and turn it back on, you can see all I did was copy the pixels from this area down here. Now, let's take a look at this far corner here. Let's go ahead and sample, and this one's going to be a little bit more tricky because it does kind of come down at a slant, but I think we're going to make it work. So we'll just get that like so. And it doesn't have to be entirely perfect, in my opinion. I think that shows the human aspect of laying brick. And then we'll come down here and do the same thing. But I won't bore you with that because I think you get the idea now. And if you've never used the clone stamp tool, I highly recommend that you give it a try. So with us zoomed out now, if I turn this off, you can see the area in the upper left corner that has all of those little dots. And then if I turn it back on, you can see that we cleaned it up quite well and no one would be able to tell the difference. And we have a fully cleaned image. Now, let me go ahead and close the clone stamp tool. I'm going to hold down the / key to show you the before, because this is what we came into Luminar Neo with. And this is what we're going to leave Luminar Neo with, which I think is a great way of removing distractions. So let me know your questions down in the comment section below. And if you want to pick up Luminar Neo, maybe you have heard about it and you got questions, then please, let me know your questions. I will give you an honest answer. And if I don't know, then I don't know, but I'll reach out to the Luminar team to help you get the answer you're looking for, or at least an answer. May not be the one you're looking for. However, if you do want to pick it up and you want to save 30%, consider using the link down in the description box below, because this is an exclusive link. And the only way to get it is to use the link that is provided for you down below. You won't find this on the website. So And this does expire on February 15th, 2024. So it is a short term deal that Luminar is running, or Skyloom is running. But if it's something that you want to pick up, consider getting it. If you got questions, let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, I want you guys to stay inspired and keep creating. Peace.